Hello and welcome to Showcase Training's off-the-job training presentation. The purpose of this presentation is to provide all of our current and new nurseries with information on off-the-job training. The presentation will also outline your responsibilities as an employer in delivering off-the-job training opportunities for your learners. Learning and development, otherwise known as off-the-job training, is anything new learnt by a learner undertaking an apprenticeship programme. It supports the development of new skills, behaviours and knowledge linked to their vocational programme. This is an important part of the curriculum, and off-the-job training hours are a maximum of 6 hours per week. This is pro rata for part-time apprentices. Off-the-job training is a funding requirement of the apprenticeship as it demonstrates active learning. Without compliance, the learner is ineligible for funding and must be removed from the programme. Examples of off-the-job training that could be included in one file are coursework, mentoring, shadowing, online courses, induction, staff training, one-to-ones, staff meetings, and sector courses. Please note that functional skills are not part of off-the-job training. As an employer, you are expected to provide regular opportunities for the learner to complete off-the-job training. We suggest weekly to enable you to keep on top of it. This could be giving your apprentice time out of the room or a day off in the week to complete coursework. Off-the-job training must take place within the apprentice's normal paid working hours. If off-the-job training must take place outside of this, the apprentice must agree to this arrangement and the employer must compensate them for this time. You must make sure that your learner is on top of tracking the off-the-job training opportunities on one file and through the Learning and Development Logbook. We will discuss the logbook later in the presentation. The apprenticeship programme curriculum is split into 12 weekly cycles. In each cycle, the units on the course are grouped into themes, and each theme should aim for 72 hours of off-the-job training, which is 6 hours per week. Each cycle will end in a progress review between the tutor, the learner, and the employer. In the Level 2 apprenticeship, there are 4 cycles with 6 themes, and in the Level 3 apprenticeship, there are 5 cycles with 7 themes. Before your learner begins their apprenticeship, you will complete a learning and development plan, where you will plan how you will commit to delivering off-the-job training for your learner. Please see the on-screen example of a learning and development plan for a Level 3 apprentice. The enrolment officer will complete section 1 of the plan, which outlines the learner's name, tutor, start and end dates. By adding the start and end dates, this will generate the minimum off-the-job training hours expected throughout the course. Then it is your responsibility to complete section 2 and 3 of the plan. In section 2, you will sign to agree to your commitment of delivering off-the-job training for your learner. In section 3, you will state how regularly you and your learner will update their off-the-job training on one file. You have the option of every week, every 2 weeks, every 4 weeks, or every calendar month. After this, you will see a table which sets out how off-the-job training will be delivered throughout each cycle. In each cycle, off-the-job training will be delivered through guided learning and development, coursework, teaching and learning, and other. Guided learning and development refer to activities set by the tutor alongside coursework. These activities will be listed in the back of the logbook. Guided learning and development should make up approximately 2 hours of off-the-job training each week, which is in total 24 hours per cycle. Coursework set by the tutor should take up approximately 4 hours of off-the-job training per week, which is in total 48 hours per cycle. Every second visit with a tutor will consist of a teaching and learning interactive session, which will take up 30 minutes per cycle. You can then use the other section to add on other ways you will deliver learning opportunities for your apprentice. For example, shadowing, online courses, team meetings, and one-to-ones. The total hours from each cycle will then be added up and create the total agreed hours highlighted in green. The total agreed hours need to be the same as or more than the minimum off-the-job training hours in section 1. You will be provided with a learning and development logbook, which will allow you and your learner to keep a record of all the off-the-job training received throughout the apprenticeship. This logbook will also contain a range of guided learning and development activities which will be set for the learner by the tutor at their visit alongside their coursework, and you should record in the logbook when each of the activities are completed. You should regularly ask the learner to upload a copy or scanned photo of the most up-to-date logbook to OneFile as per the scheduled agreement in the Learning and Development Plan. Here, they should reflect on what they have learnt, the impact of their learning, and how they have implemented it. If you have any questions regarding the apprenticeship or off-the-job training, please let us know by ringing the Showcase office on 0330 320 9230 or send us an email at hello@showcasetraining.co.uk. We hope that you have found this presentation useful and informative. Thank you for listening.